Hi guys. Today we're planting lettuce. But I can tell my father to talk
Okay.
about lettuce.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark Fidel. So welcome guys to the channel where we do farming. We do give you more than farming. We do a lot of stuff. The garden is really flourishing, guys. But today with a special um, activity that we're undertaking, which is planting lettuce, as Mark Fidel has said. So we are. If there's one thing that we are doing consistently, it's planting. In as much as we are harvesting a lot of plants, for example, we are harvesting covo, rape, tomatoes, onions, especially the shallots. So we're keeping on planting and planting and planting and planting. We're actually looking for containers, these gutters, as I told you, and many of them. We are keeping on planting, but there is something hidden about planting and planting and planting. You know, as I was thinking about this, I just thought about how much we need to continually plant in our own lives. Most of the times we really enjoy harvesting. We're actually living in a world where people love harvesting more than they love planting. They want to harvest where they do not plant. It's natural and it's now normal in our day-to-day living. But there is one thing that we must do. We need to plant and plant and plant. In that case, we'll continually harvest without exhausting the available resources. So this is a very important lesson. You know, I was thinking in our own businesses, there are times when we harvest a lot in our businesses and we forget to plant. For example, do you know, we forget to invest in education, even in knowledge, in skills. We want to use the same skills that we had in 1980 to run a business in 2025. That will not work. So we need to keep on planting knowledge. There are times when we actually achieve a good sales, but we forget to plant back into the business. Instead, we think this is an opportunity for us to spend and go on a spending spree. But actually, every business should take time to plant back into the business. This is so important. Even in our families. You know, sometimes we can actually exhaust other family members. But you know what? We should continually plant back into our families. How do we plant back in our families? That's the question I need to ask you. Do you know families can get exhausted by just staying at home, doing nothing, no activities? Sometimes you need to plan back. Plan those vacations. Go out sometimes. You know, you plan back the love, you plan back the enthusiasm in the families. This is very important. Yes, we need to plan back into the young people. There are times when our young people get bored of the routines that we have each and every day. We need to plant every time, plant seeds of love, plant good behaviors in our children. But we expect to harvest most of the times when you didn't plant. Brothers and sisters, I need to ask you today, what have you planted in your own children that you need to harvest in the future? What have you planted in your marriage that you want to harvest now? What have you planted in your business that you want to harvest? These are the questions we must be asking ourselves. So guys, today let's plant. We're planting lettuce. We hope to harvest in 2 months' time or in 3 months' time. We are going to harvest our lettuce. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll give you a coverage of this process that I'm going to be doing. I'll be planting this lettuce in these gutters. Getting creative in the garden. You know, it's what we need when we're planting. Sometimes we don't see the opportunities of planting because we think we've planted enough. But if you're creative enough, you'll realize that there are a lot of places, a lot of spaces where you can plant. And in the near future, you can harvest, my friends. So today, guys, I'm planting in these gutters. I'll give you the coverage as I'm going to be doing the process. Thank you so much. Just stay tuned in as I do this process.
Should I pause?
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. So this is what we did. We planted lettuce in odd gutters and it's looking very good, and I can see a good harvest in these ones. But the idea is to keep on planting. I don't know wherever you are today, just plant something. Maybe it's an idea, maybe it's a small amount, maybe it's a skill. Whatever it is in your area of specialization, just keep on planting, and trust me, it's gonna germinate and you're gonna get a good harvest out of it. So it's just good to plant wherever we are, at families, at church, at work, wherever we are. Let's keep on planting the good seeds, and we're going to reap